It if you want
right.
a nickname.
I'll give it some consideration.
Thrilled that you're here watching because this is such a great way to refresh your home. Fall is right around the corner. Perfect time to spruce up for the holiday season coming up. Lots of people come into the house. This is a very affordable way to rejuvenate the room, and you have the name Royal Palace behind that rejuvenation, which when it comes to quality, I mean 22 years here at QVC, thrilled to be able to offer you for that long.
Yeah, and we really are very proud of what we were able to accomplish. It's, in case you've never heard of us before, we are just my father and I out of a basement office for the last 22 years, bringing our rugs to QVC and only to QVC. They're made in our factory, they are our designs, and it's all that we do. So we're not worried about appealing to a whole bunch of other customers and other stores and having these wide assortments. We know what the QVC customer has told us for 22 years, what you like, and we try and offer it in as many different variations as possible without going too far out of the envelope and making something that we know is not popular.
Well, exactly, and this one is classic, it's timeless, but it's still on trend. And now it's limited.
Yes, timeless, as you said. This is a design. Our first Fleur De Lis rug was back in 2001.
Oh, wow.
And it just kept going and going and going. And you can see what a Fleur De Lis rug looks like. That was a great shot. This is a great shot. This is an 8-foot by 11-foot size rug. The one on the floor is 7 by 9. So it's those two just slightly different sizes. They're both going to be great for living rooms and dining rooms, but the 8 by 11 might be too big for some people.
Sure.
7 by 9 might be too small. But the essence of a Fleur De Lis rug is that. It's that Fleur De Lis design, a couple of them in the field. It's what we call the main area of the rug. And it's supposed to be simple but elegant.
It is.
So what else can we do with the design? There really isn't a whole lot before we start taking away from the beauty of the design.
Right.
We put this beautiful trellis work that's inspired by actually our center medallion rugs. Wow. This is sort of the outline of the center medallion. We do this in what we call a tone-on-tone trellis work. It's hand carved, it's a little bit darker than the main field, and it really shows off the Fleur De Lis in the center. And then a nice, simple, but elegant scroll work border. And that's it. That's all this rug is supposed to be. It's just simple elegance.
Fewer than 150 to go around. The two sizes that you're seeing here, as Dustin was telling us, this hanging, this is the 8 by 11. That's a beautiful size because quite frankly, it's a grand size, but there are so many rooms that they're just slightly larger than that. So I feel like this would just fill up the room in a beautiful way.
Right.
But it is in that gorgeous gray color, which quite frankly is our line producer Jerome's favorite. But it's also on a great price. This is $388, everybody. That's a clearance price. Just to share, that is $288 off of our QVC price. So you're watching at a perfect time. Also available, 5 easy payments of $77.60. That's the second size that you're looking at right now on your screen. This is 7 by 9, gray only, $270, 3 dozen left in that size. 5 easy payments of $54. That's a $200 price reduction off of our QVC price. The shipping and handling is included in the price, which is huge. But when it comes to, you know what, wait until you see this up close. The hand carving is incredible.
Well, this particular design really shows off because it is so, I don't want to say barren, that's not the right word, but it's supposed to be a very open design.
Right.
For years, since we first came to QVC, one of our most popular designs was a center medallion rug.
Okay.
And it's not a problem with it, but one of the things about a center medallion rug when you have a dining room table on it is you are covering up the center medallion.
Right.
So customers were like, well, I don't want to cover up the best part of the rug. So what can I put under a dining room table that's not going to be hidden? A Fleur De Lis rug is the perfect design for that because you can have a table on it. It doesn't have to be a glass table, although obviously that would solve the problem. But essentially, you're putting a table on an entire open field that just has these wonderful Fleur De Lis motifs. And of course, the ones at my eye level are upside down, but we do alternate them so that no matter what direction you're looking at the rug, you always have Fleur De Lis that are pointing at you. But this really is it. The hand carving, Mary, that you spoke about, we outlined the Fleur De Lis that you see here. It is not a large motif at all, maybe 3 to 4 inches wide, but we have multiple shades of ivories and beiges in it. We do that hand carving, that's really what brings it to life, as well as the trellis medallion that you see here that forms these panels that the Fleur De Lis are inside. So it's really very simple and elegant.
But it's got a royal quality to it. And go with me for a second, because I know the Fleur De Lis is that symbol of royalty. However, that classic, the fact that all of the Fleur De Lis, they are spaced out so perfectly, it appeals to my OCD tendencies.
Oh, okay, good.
However, I just think the fact that the pattern is so consistent and the fact that it's from top to bottom, it's just got an elegance to it. Of course, all of the beautiful craftsmanship that we know and love Royal Palace rugs for. However, this design is just timeless, and the fact that it's got the Fleur De Lis, and quite frankly, if you're a Saints fan and you don't have this rug, hello. This is this Drew Brees? Does he have this? But this is the one that you need to pick up if you're a Saints fan. I just need to put that in there. But we still have the 2 sizes available. So we've got the 8x11, but we also still have the 7x9, but very limited in that 7x9. 2 dozen remaining in that size.
And as you said, that would be the size that fits for you, and the 8x11 would not, probably a little bit too big. So
Yes.
it is still a great dining room size rug.
Is it weird if I want to put it in my kitchen?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, and think about the area that's most likely to have a spill. It's in your kitchen.
Right.
So under the kitchen table. I mean, most of us don't, it's amazing how many homes don't even have dining rooms anymore because
True.
people don't really use them as often. But those of us who've been in our homes for longer than the last 5 or so years, we do still have the dining room table. That is where spills happen. That's where accidents happen. But certainly far more often than that is where your kitchen is, because everybody does everything in the kitchen. My son does his homework at the kitchen table.
Right.
I can't get him out of it.
I used to too. This feels so good on my feet. Oh my goodness.
Well, that's the 100% wool
Wow.
pile. That's why it's soft and plush and comfortable underfoot. That's why it can withstand the spills and the food accidents. It's where, when my previous dog, whenever we would get our samples, and Gary and I would get our samples at the office and we'd roll them out, I brought my dog with me every day.
Aw.
He would always come and just walk onto the rug and just plop there. And he was a white dog, and we always got burgundy and gray samples because they were the best way to make sure that the design looked great. It was that wonderful contrast. So of course, every sample we would then bring to QVC and say, hey, this is what we would like to present next. Always had white hairs all over
Aw,
it. Very
that's
easy
just-
to clean,
that's love.
except for that one. You just get that one hair you just don't notice until you show it to somebody.
In the 8x11, Jerome, did you say 5 dozen? Oh my goodness, 5 dozen left. And let me ask you a question since you brought it up.
Sure.
Since you brought it up, that's dangerous. But can I over vacuum a Royal Palace
No,
rug?
as a matter of fact, here, let me put this down.
I'm sorry, you
No,
were
no,
gonna
no, it's
mention
perfect.
something else.
When you first get the rug, it's going to be fresh and clean out of the packaging.
Okay.
Vacuum it vigorously for a couple of days in every direction, back and forth. And I know this is on QVC.com also.
Yes.
Gary is showing that one. He's the vacuum expert. So up and down, side to side, go diagonally. All those little bits that have not only been carved out of the border, the Fleur De Lis, that trellis work that's in the center, those bits, as well as the shearing that we do. We shear our rugs twice. The first time is once the rug has been tufted, we then luster wash the rug. That helps tone down the colors a little bit. It gives a nice soft patina finish and a great feel to the wool. And we shear it a second time because that washing kind of blooms the tips of the wool. So we start with more than a 1/2 inch thick pile. We end with a 1/2 inch thick. But all those little bits, they sometimes fall back into the pile of the rug. So the first couple
Sure.
times that you vacuum, you're going to see those coming out. It's like, how many times do you have to wash towels before they stop pilling?
Quite a
a
few.
bunch of times. So
Sure.
that shedding is pure. It's purely natural for natural fiber like wool. Even if you spent a fortune on wool wall-to-wall carpeting, it will take a while before it stops pilling. That's just the nature
Okay.
of the fiber. So you can't over vacuum it. But
Good,
what you
okay.
want to make sure you don't do is if you have a real powerful vacuum
Yes.
with the beater bar and
Yes.
the brushes, you don't want to have that set too far down into the wool pile because that'll start grabbing the wool and potentially pulling it out. So a nice medium setting, or even the upholstery
Right.
Vacuum attachment, that'll work fine.
Okay. Make sure you don't have it set to hardwood floor. Make sure
Right.
to raise it up and set it to rug.
Set it to rug.
Yes.
Exactly, yeah. Just like rug to wall to wall.
This is on a great clearance price. The size that you're seeing right there, that is the 7x9 that we have on the floor. A dozen remain. We have it in the gray color only, which quite frankly I think is so universal, so on trend. Everybody's decorating with gray right now. 5 easy payments of $54. You get this home for $54, and then you have 4 more easy payments to go. That's a huge reduction. That's $200 off. Keep in mind too, $200 off of our QVC price.
Past the holidays, right?
No,
September,
it
October,
is
November,
past
December.
holidays. Shipping and handling is included. Here it is. I'm standing right in front of, kind of like I'm annexing it for my own, the 8x11 choice. This is available in the gray only. It's a great clearance price of $388. Look around. Where are you going to find a rug of this quality for that price, and available on Easy Pay? 5 easy payments of $77.60. That is a $288 reduction in price from our standard QVC price. And again, the shipping and handling is included on this timeless design, on the fact that yes, the majority of the color on this rug is that gorgeous charcoal rich gray color, but there's more than one color in this rug.
Yes, that's why I've taken our color block, I folded it in half because I just want to show what we call the accent colors. When you look at this, yes, 90% of it is going to be gray, but the Fleur De Lis and then the border, which I'll show, those are what are made up, there we go, of these other colors. And you'll notice some of them are solids, these beautiful bronze colors and golds and some of the greens, and some of them, like this, they have these striations, it's these lines. That is what we call our triple dye technique. We take a hank of yarn and we dye it in 3 different intensities so that when it's tufted by hand into the rug, it gives it sort of an aged and antique look. I'm going to put this down and I'm going to show you what that means in the rug itself. Really where that is in the border. It's this beautiful scroll work that we have. You said charcoal gray, so that is the main color here.
Yes.
A slightly darker shade of it is in the border, and what we do is we wanted to accent the border with this scroll work. So those triple dye colors and all the other neutrals, that's what makes this up that you see here. Very simple. We didn't want it to be an overbearing design in the border and detract from the essence of the simple Fleur De Lis, but it's those other shades of color that give it neutrality, give it some pop. It's 24 colors in each rug altogether. I'm sorry, 28 colors. So you look at this and you would think, all right, well, there's probably a couple of beiges, and then there's the background color,
there's
5 or
olive,
6. But there's
there's
lots
garnet.
of colors. We spin all those little colors together, and that's where we get all these great accent shades. So when you put a large rug like this into, let's say your dining room has been exactly the same way for the last 15 years. You put this rug down and you say, oh, you know what? That beige color, that's the trim around my windows. This garnet, that
Good
accents
thinking.
that painting. The sage, well, that's the color of my chair cushions.
Perfect.
So a rug is what pulls the room together. It anchors the room. It's the foundation for your decorating. And the more colors that we have in it, the better it starts pulling all those other colors in your room together.
Well said. We have 3 dozen remaining in the 8x11. That 8x11 is available for 5 easy payments of $77.60 when you use your major credit card this morning. The 7x9 is available on 5 easy payments of $54. There are less than a dozen to go around in the 7x9. That's the size that we have down here in front of us on the floor. The shipping and handling is included. The Fleur De Lis is that classic, timeless, on-trend, and now very limited design available this morning. Now we're talking about Royal Palace rugs. This is the rug, thank you guys. This is the rug that I mentioned earlier in our show. This is the trellis, but look at the patriotic